Hello, everyone. So here we are in our second week now already, and the semester is just going to go by. Another, 14 weeks, and we'll be done after this. So start counting them down and celebrate those little milestones throughout. So, a few things to put up here in the video this week. First of all, thank you very much for everything you guys did in discussion forums this last week. I really feel like we got off to a good foot. And that's difficult sometimes in online classes where there's people out over there and people out over here, and there's some nebulous instructor floating around in the clouds somewhere. But I really do want us to be present both as academics, bringing in readings and ideas from what we're working with in the course, but also as individuals, because that helps us to adapt our messages to the people we're speaking to or writing to. It helps us feel more comfortable with what we're doing and probably makes things a little bit more interesting for all of us in the long run. So it's one of the reasons I do the video capture lectures, and one of the reasons I'm going to have you posting videos periodically throughout this semester so that we do see each other and so we feel like we're getting to know each other. That's pretty important. The other things we need to be aware of this week. So we've got our first, I would say, legitimate week of discussion with kid gloves on, because last week, of course, was legitimate and good things happened. But this week we're bringing in ideas from the readings. And normally when I'll post up one of these videos at the beginning of the week, I'll talk a lot about the readings. But this week I just want to see what you pull from it. It's probably our easiest readings of the semester. It's the beginning of the Westerman book, which is a solid book. And then one of the 9 academic articles you'll be reading, or maybe 12, I'm sorry. One of the academic articles you'll be reading this semester. And for that one, also probably the easiest of our academic articles. It's not a traditional research article. They're just posing a question like what is something and how have things changed? And the thesis is very simple to follow. It's like, what's an old communication technology? What's a new communication technology? How have we gotten to this point? So you'll be able to figure that out on your own, I'm pretty sure. There's a question posted up, or a multi-part question posted up to the discussion board already. Remember that your initial posts are due Wednesday by 9 p.m. and then follow-up posts are due on Sunday. Additionally, you'll have a quiz due Sunday that's based on the readings. Let me encourage you to take as many notes as you would like before you take the quiz, and remind you that we no longer can take the quizzes as many times as we'd like. You can only take it once. So having all those notes built up there for you will help out tremendously. Organize them as good as you can. It's a 20-minute quiz, 15 questions, so not enough time to look at a question and dig through everything within the readings. So take care of yourself. In addition to talking about the readings, I wanted to offer up some tips for success in the class. Now, I've only been teaching online for about a year now, but I have been teaching for 10 years, so I feel like I've got a couple of things to share with you. I hope you'll take them to heart. And number one, as far as thinking about online communication courses, is be aware of your study habits. Online courses present a lot of different challenges that we don't normally get in physical classes. As we alluded to earlier, you don't see each other. There's nobody pushing you towards things. You don't come into a room when I say, hey, where's your work? Or what have you done? Or tell me what you thought about something. We've got to try and push each other a little bit harder in the discussion forums to make sure we've got some accountability between one another. Beyond that, there's generally more reading in online courses, and you've probably seen that in the syllabus. And this is because it's a university thing. It's because you're not spending 3 hours a week in a classroom with me. And so the university believes that you have more time, specifically those 3 hours, to spend looking at documents, understanding ideas, researching concepts. And we're going to hold to that. So generally there'll be like 2 chapters and an article each week. The chapters go pretty quickly. The articles will present a little bit more of a challenge, but I'll try and preface them for you in our weekly videos. If you've never taken an online course before, I would recommend, honestly, setting weekly alarms. Putting together a schedule. This is the time each week we read, like Monday at 1 to 3, Tuesday from 4 to 6 I go in and I post on the discussion board for the first time, making sure that gets done. Set weekly alarms to make sure you get everything done. Take care of yourself. Where people typically struggle in this course is that they don't keep up in the discussion, and they wait until the last minute to open up the quiz and take it. And that makes it a little bit more difficult. Discussion points end up being 1/5 of your final grade. Quizzes, I believe, about the same. So do take care of yourselves and look at your other schedules. Like, what do you have going on in your other classes? What personal life events do you have going on, so that you know what weeks you need to change things, because there's going to be weeks later on the semester where you're going to have papers due, you're going to have exams, your friends will perhaps have an important birthday, or you want to go out and celebrate that something happened at their job or something along those lines. So be aware of your study habits. Number two, be critical of yourself. Throughout the semester, it's my hope that you will improve in both your writing and your video posting. And these are important because once you leave UWM, you're probably still going to be doing these things. Like a vast majority of you, as we move forward in history, are going to become more and more familiar with using communication technologies in your workplace. So you'll be having Skype discussions at work, and some of you may even be doing video chat to do job interviews. So as you post up videos throughout the semester, go back and look at the old ones. Be critical of yourself. Like, was there decent lighting? Did you feel like you dressed appropriately? How were your hand gestures? Did you smile enough? Like, where did you look? Don't apologize when you post up things like that. Don't start off conversations or writing with, "I'm sorry, I've got bad lighting," or "I'm sorry, I don't feel well today." Because that's going to give any viewer or anybody reading your material an excuse to doubt you, right? Third, be sure to reward yourself. This is incredibly important, right? When you finish a paper, go get ice cream, or go to the zoo, or go to the museum. And sidebar, Milwaukee life hack, our public museum, and I really am pointing in the right direction from where I'm sitting, it doesn't make any difference to you, but our public museum here offers $25 student memberships. So if you go to our public museum twice over the course of the year, that pays for itself. But in addition to that, it's a member of the National Museums of America or something like that, and there's 330 other places you can get into free or discounted here in the United States and worldwide, including the Field Museum down in Chicago. So rather than driving to Chicago and spending $30 for you to get into the museum there, you can go here to our public museum, get a student membership for $25, and then drive to Chicago and go to the Field Museum for free. Anyways, reward yourselves, and in whatever way you see fit. Whether it's go see a movie, eat something fantastic, go have some sort of elaborate beverage, soda, whatever you guys drink. Fourth, and finally, perhaps even more important than the others, be kind to yourselves. And I mean this in most senses of the word. There will be a time at some point during every semester that every student has a problem. And you really need to be kind to yourself when that happens. Allow yourself to struggle sometimes, but then pick yourself up. Because what your classmates, what your instructors, what your friends, what your family are really looking for is how you recover from these instances where things go wrong. Do you let it affect the rest of your semester? Do you let it bring down everything that you're working on? Or do you stop, collect yourself, and move on? I'm not saying forget about what happened. You should definitely always debrief. Figure out what went wrong, what happened, what led up to those things, so that perhaps next time you can be more preventative rather than reactive. Figure out what you need to do to recover from these things quicker. Please, though, regardless of that, be kind to yourself. I will try and be kind to you in feedback. I'll do my very best. I'll be kind to you in the discussion forums. I'll do my very best there. But you need to be kind to yourselves as well. Anyways, if anybody would like to chat, please let me know. We can do Skype at any point in time during the week. I do have a physical campus office that we can meet if we absolutely need to. But I want to try and do this thing where we exist in this online realm, I guess we can call it, like an online persona, online existence, and still maintain some sort of personal relationship, where we talk about ourselves, where we talk about academics, and we talk about all these things that intersect within there. Anyways, good luck this week, not just with my class, but with the rest of things. We've got the snowpocalypse possibly coming tomorrow, though the forecast has come down quite a bit. And if you have a chance, get outside today and enjoy a little bit of the weather. We may not have 40 degrees and sunny for another few weeks. Have a great day, folks, and like usual, I will see you on the discussion forum.